A winemaking friend asked me if I would prepare these wine barrels, and how could I say no? This is so much fun, and the wood smells amazing. So usually I just fill them with water, hot water, and put them on their stands. But when we started filling this one, it was leaking a lot, so we had to put it in this container and get water on the outside and the inside so the pressure would be the same. So we filled it to just about the top, and then I added 6 tablespoons of potassium metabisulfite dissolved in hot water to sanitize it a little bit. And it was floating, so we had to put that block on it to keep it down. And we did the same thing with this barrel, also fearing that it would leak a lot. And now I'll just let this sit for a day, keep filling it with water, make sure it's always to the top, and I'll turn it over. But they've been turned over, so now the wood, top and bottom, is getting all swollen, and I should be able to take them out of this water in a day, and then just put them on their stands. All the wood is swollen, they're not leaking anymore, but every once in a while I do have to put a little bit of water in there because the wood absorbs it. And I don't recommend these barrels. This one on the left has been sealed with a urethane or something, so I don't think that's good for a wine barrel. I believe wine barrels have to breathe. Second reason is they have very small holes on the top, so one, you can't get a fermentation lock in there, and two, when you go to clean them, you really can't get a good look in there to see if there's any built-up sediment and so on. And you can't get, it's very difficult to get wood chips or wood sticks, whatever you prefer to use, because in 3 to 5 years these barrels aren't going to give much flavor anymore or smell, so you want to get wood chips or wood sticks in there. And then as far as maintenance goes, some of the literature and some people say that small wine barrels like those two tend to leak. But I think if they're prepared properly, they won't. And then if you keep them full of wine all the time, they do not leak. At least they haven't for me, and I've been using them since 1998. So as far as maintenance goes, you let the wine sit in there as long as you want. When it has the oak flavor you want and the oak smell you want, you take it out. Whenever you take the wine out, get a good look inside. If you see some sediment building up in the bottom, wash it out really good with hot water. You can use brushes. You can use a brush like this to clean the bottom, clean the sides, and then just put wine right back in again. And every 2 or 3 years, I sanitize them by adding 6, 10, 12 tablespoons of potassium metabisulfite with very hot water and letting them sit for a day. Just a final word on wine barrels. I would not put a spigot in them. When there's a spigot, it's tempting for us to draw some wine out. And then anytime we have to draw wine out, we have to top it back up. We don't want any air to get into those barrels. And finally, oak is thirsty. Thirstier than demijohns and carboys. So you have to top up more frequently in a wooden wine barrel and make sure that the wine always comes up to the very top of the fermentation lock. Mille grazie per la compagnia, ci vediamo la prossima volta.